Hey guys, we're back with Lucid9. This is almost surely going to be the finale of it. When we last left off, we escaped. Yoda's dead or dying, and we're drowning because Yama doesn't want to swim. And we're in some kind of flashback sequence. I think I've been here before. That's right. This is a familiar road. It's a sign at an intersection, I think. Circuiting and rested. Warned from use. There's no words on it, just two arrows. One pointing forward, one pointing backward. I'd just like to stay here. A fork in the road is such a dangerous thing. Left, right, a one-time decision. And if it turns out that you run into an obstacle, then you'll find yourself wishing that you made the other choice. Then, don't you start overthinking everything? What if I'd taken the other road? What if the other road was worse? What if there was another road? If only I looked harder. What if I hadn't taken a road at all? What if I've gone backwards? Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. A poem written by Robert Frost, originally intended to be a simple, teasing joke, and a playful satire at indecision. But people saw it as something else. Even though they weren't poets, they started adding their own kinds of verses to the composition. Independence, individualism, science, discovery, curiosity, free will, and the human condition. Poor Robert Frost. Suddenly, he had written an entirely different poem, even without touching his pen. Two roads diverged from the wood, and I heavily medicated doctor. Anytime he's coherent, he thrashes around. I had to sedate him every time. How long? 2 weeks. The record? Here, sir. I assume that when he screams for her, he's referring to the other patient? We think so, sir, but she's still recovering with therapy. We haven't been able to get her in here. What's her progress? She started speaking again after her parents came with the photo album. We're also hoping that the daily fresh air will help her walk. Is this his sister? How about her arm? Oh, this is... I don't know if this is a flashback or not. Not sure. Psychosomatic, like her legs. We'll be monitoring it over therapy. I assume there's 3 times when Yama's been in the hospital. So, after the pool scene, which just happened, after the bus crash, and he had a suicide attempt, right? After Masaki left. Good. She'll likely be our fastest ticket to his recovery. But it might take a while before Miss Hayata is able to. Yui? Ah, Mr. Mishimoto, are you awake? Can you see me? Yui? Mr. Shimoto, can you tell me, where's Yui? Where did you take her? She's supposed to be here, safe. Hold him down. Show me Yui, my own 2 eyes. Dias Pam. Give her back. Give her... Here comes the candle to light you to bed. Here comes the chopper to chop off your head. Chip chop, chip chop. The last man's dead. Sometimes, really wonder about children's nursery rhymes. Why do we let young kids listen to such twisted ideologies? Children aren't supposed to be able to deal with that kind of stuff. They're supposed to be innocent. Supposed to be innocent. Jack and Jill went up a hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and... My world suddenly feels warm. What is that? Why is it happening? Suddenly I get the impression that I'm awake. I think someone's holding my hand. The tips of my fingers feel warm, like they're being cradled in a loving palm. Everything else is blinding light that drills into the back of my eyes. Home. Home is here. Home. Finally got to visit you. Sorry for the wait. I had to go through therapy to start talking again. Not that the whole thing is over, thanks to you, but... Whenever I close my eyes, Well, I'm really thankful that the doctors could help me. I just hope that'll be the same for you. Well, I'll let you rest up. Don't need a lot of it. Oh, and this old thing? Doctors say I'll be out in a week. It's apparently all in my head. What? That your arm is behind your back? Honestly, though, you're standing up right now. Wheelchair's not all that bad. Kind of feel like royalty. You know how they had those, what are they called? Sedans? And they got carried around all the time? I guess this feels kind of like that. On Yama? I love laughing at your grades. Got him! So hurry up and get well, Dubby. Dream a little longer. My dreams are softer now. A little more delicate, like lace instead of sandpaper. I see a young kid grasping the hand of his older sister. In another world, that kid grows up to be more confident, more assured. He learns how to deal with bullies so that he won't bother his sister. He learns how to study hard and make friends and play soccer like all the other boys his age. He doesn't withdraw, lost in his room. He doesn't keep to himself in the playground. He's a happy young boy who turns into a happy teenager. He goes to the prestigious middle school in the area, the academy, to follow in his sister's footsteps. Because his family never left the city. His family never fled to a suburban little town 3 hours away from his Isamu. His family stayed, because in this other world, there is never an event that had to do with a bus, a blizzard, a loose tread, a frozen river. So the young boy also stayed. Maybe he meets a lively orange-haired girl at middle school. Maybe he befriends her, because she's lovable and bright and impossible to dislike. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he falls in with a different crowd. A sea of faces that play soccer and grab ramen on snowy days and study in the library when it's raining. Either way, he flourishes, loves his life, maybe dates once or twice. He studies hard for the college entrance exams. He passes with flying colors in this other world. He makes it into the university of his dreams. He studies something that he loves. Graduates, finds a girl, gets married. Maybe she has orange hair, maybe she doesn't. Finds a good job, has kids, smiles like an idiot when his daughter wraps her fingers around his pinky. He will name her after her sister, the one who's alive and well, who married a Disney guy and had kids of her own. Then that boy, who turned into a teenager, turned into a man, will wake up one day and he'll be happy. He'll be a whole, and he'll be wondering if this was all there was to life. My eyes peel open sluggishly, like they haven't done so for a decade. My muscles feel weak and lifeless. Spindled slugs on the sidewalk. My throat's dry and my head is smarting. So, looks like I'm in a hospital. Most of the nurse is at my bedside, fiddling with the IV drop on the table. She seems tired. Brown eyes, tight frown. Clear my throat to get her attention. Excuse me. The words eject in a queasy croak. The nurse jumps at the yawn noise, but relaxes when she notices me. Oh, wonderful, you're awake. Your voice is chipper, but I notice how she eyes me with caution, like I'll lunge out of bed and strangle her if she makes any sudden movement. Do you remember your name? Yama Ishimoto. Good. Do you remember how you got here? My ambulance, I'd assume. I always enjoy laughter. Everything seems funny. The nurse eyes me for a minute, then presses the intercom. Doctor, the patient's awake. Can you speak with him? They gave me a basic physical exam, followed by a psychological inventory. I give all the answers I think are correct and expect an immediate release. Imminent release, sorry. I'm ready to get back to life. Instead, they take me to a room with a plush couch and contemporary lamp, where a man sits in an armchair and tries to get me to talk about my life. Therapy. Been through it too many times, getting quite old over the years. I'm so familiar with the proceedings that I resign myself to playing mind games with the therapist. Can I predict before he asks? Can I redirect his questions? But it's not such a smooth and humorous process. Therapy makes me recall everything. Breaking limbs with a pipe, with my own 2 hands, driving myself insane, stabbing someone in the gut. During the first session, I black out. They told me later that I crumpled into a ball and refused to respond to anything until Yui came. Yui, not out of her wheelchair. You've been in the hospital for 2 months, she said. Yui holds my hand in the next session, squeezes it until I'm afraid that I'll snap her fingers, just like I snapped those bones. She whispers, "You're innocent, don't you worry. It's all Yoda's fault. You're a victim." Still feel blood on my hands whenever the sessions are over. I go to the bathroom to wash my hands, once, twice, 5 times over. Still run slick and steady over my wrists, and into my forearms when I exit the bathroom. I stop speaking for a few days. There's nothing to talk about, have too many sounds to remember, too much cacophony coming in the space between my ears. What's that mean? Cacophony. I've never heard that before. A harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. Okay. Yui sits by me, feeding me when I have no strength to lift the spoon. Pulls the cover up to my chin, like my mom should have done. She tells me stories. Princess in a Night, detective and a bar singer, celebrity and an unfortunate grocer. Some nights I just sit and hold her hand, watching her eyes dance as she paints imaginary canvases with her words. Speaking so much tires her out quickly. Sometimes she nods off in the middle of a sentence, so I lean her head on my shoulder and listen to the even rhythm of her breath. Let me take a drink. Oh, sorry. It's softer than the discord in my brain. Sometimes it lulls me to sleep, too. Then comes the session where I remember everything. Every last bit, and I lose consciousness again. They say that the family's standing on the hospital rooftop, leaning against the banister with my arms spread wide, as if I was welcoming the city into a warm embrace. They instantly rushed me down, terrified I'd try to kill myself. Calm down, I said. My smile was distant. Just enjoying the view. They didn't believe me, so I'm confined to my room for a while. No one's allowed to see me except Yui, not even my own parents. They say it's because I didn't react well to their presence when I was delirious. So like the beast with his beauty, I'm holed up in a hospital room, counting the days until I can pass the psychology inventory. Yui brings gifts from the others. Envelopes and gift wrap boxes, and overly large bags that could have only been funded by Yahiko's purse. They're nice and the thought is touching, but I tell Yui to return them all. I plan on staying here, keeping the blood on my hands in one room. Yui cries every time, heartbreaking, frustrated crying, as she punches me in the shoulder. Yes, that is not my fault, it's Yoda's. Why can't I get that up through my head? But even when my brain agrees, my hands remember the scratchiness of the pipe, that vibration of each terrible impact of oozing, stinging feeling of a knife sinking into flesh. So I can kiss her on the forehead and thank her for staying with me. She doesn't blush, she doesn't even look remotely embarrassed. In fact, I think that the gesture only makes her angrier. We're gonna make you well, Yama. She screams this out of the window, like some kind of oath. We're gonna be just fine. I attend more sessions, stay isolated from family and friends. My parents pay for the sessions, but I see nothing more of them. Legally, they're allowed to see me, but they don't insist. They probably don't really want to see me anyway. They haven't for years. More days slip by, wonder if our friends have moved on with their lives, gone back to school, prepared for the university exams, started dating. When I start speaking again, ask Yuri how long we've been at the hospital. 2 months and 2 weeks, she says. Is that it? Feels so much longer. I continue sessions, go for walks, eat hospital food. I think I start to heal, because the world feels a little less empty with each passing day. It's not my fault. I decide to say this to the mirror every morning, even if I don't believe it. Maybe if I say it enough, maybe if I raise my chin and put my hands on my hips, maybe if I act like I believe it, then I'll believe it. It's not my fault, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. I stare into my reflection, meaningless words pouring from my lips. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most broken of them all? Seems to whisper back. Broken you may be, young man, but I see one more broken still. Someone with nothing but blood in his eyes and no person I love. Someone who fell into the darkness until, one day, to ease his pain, he suddenly become a serial killer. Or he pulling the good old Yoda did nothing wrong. Mirror, mirror, couldn't I have become that man myself? In another world, a boy damaged by an accident, growing up alone and reserved, with nothing but the shadows as his constant companion. The boy could grow into a twisted teenager, could only grow into a twisted man. But I think I understand. None of that happened. What more do I need to worry about? Maybe I disfigured an innocent student. Maybe I stabbed a human being. Maybe I took part in a nightmare that I never should have been dreamt. But in this world, in these circumstances, I'm not a twisted, lonely little boy. I grew up showered with love, surrounded by friends, given an ordinary school life. The me standing here and now wouldn't have voluntarily lifted a pipe or a knife to hurt someone without purpose. Because I'm not anyone else. Eventually, I stopped talking to my reflection. I stopped washing my hands every half hour. I feel at peace, I think. At the very least, I stopped blacking out. Yuri says that it's been 3 months since our hospitalization. It's almost now deep in the hold of summer with the blazing July sun and humid forest wind. School is probably back in session. It doesn't stop us from receiving gifts. Cards, letters, candy. Yuri gets swamped by them, of course. Surprisingly, even I receive a few. This time, I returned them for a different reason. Not because I plan on cutting off outer contact, but because I plan on seeing them in person. The both of us go through more psychology tests. This time they seem happier with our responses, so I finally open the doors. I don't expect visitors, to be honest. Though I'm no longer bedridden after taking walks around the hospital wing, I expect that the others have gone on with their lives. 3 months is a long time in the hurried pace of a student. To my surprise, the moment the hospital lifts up my quarantine, 2 figures race into the room in a blur. Minion! Zihiko and Masato, just in their school uniforms, practically bursting with energy. For some reason, seeing them brings tears to my eyes. Embarrassed, I turn away. Dude, these past months have felt like forever. I can't believe that this has happened. I can still remember, you didn't come to school the other day. No one knew where you were, and Yui wasn't talking about you. And suddenly, no one can find Yui, no one can find you, and a hint of his mask comes crumbling down. For the first time, see Yahiko's face twist in true pain. I was thinking that you guys would be gone, just like Haru, Shoji, Akane. He grits his teeth, shuddering. All I can do is awkwardly pat him on the shoulder. I've always known that each of Mr. Oda's victims were connected to Yahiko, but for some reason, never actually considered what that did to Yahiko. It's amazing, really. How could Yahiko even stay standing? How could he still smile, still laugh, even as people he knew were dying? I'd always thought of him as a kind of weak and more kind of stupid, but it looks like he was actually stronger than any of us. He was even right there at the scene of Shoji's death. Saw him dying with his own eyes. At the time, the scene looked suspicious, but now that I think about it, wasn't Yahiko trying to prevent a suicide? Wasn't that why I had found Shoji in the river? I almost wanted to ask about it, but something tells me that Yahiko's had enough. Well, I'm okay. Apparently. Yahiko stills, his mouth turning up into a forced smile. Yeah, I guess so. But still, I didn't do anything. What could you do? You didn't even know where we were. Yahiko's eyes shift to the side and he clears his throat. Masato's eyebrows tighten slightly, but he says nothing. Actually, Shigure called us. What? Well, I mean, technically, I guess it was after the fact, but still. We needed to know why you were hospitalized, so I kind of piled on a bunch of questions. She explained everything, the cases, your investigation. She said we deserved to know. Shigure? Shigure told them? Why would Shigure tell them? It simply doesn't make sense. At the very least, she'd be wasting her time. Beyond that, she'd be spelling confidential info with no clear purpose. So well, we told Akira and Misaki, since Akira's the best friend of Yui, Misaki knows you. And Elizabeth ended up overhearing. Apparently, Shigure told... Wait. Okay. Apparently Shigure told Eri. We visited you a few times, but you were either knocked out or you started thrashing around. And then they kicked us out entirely. So that's why they stayed so worried. That's why they're so persistent with the gifts. I guess it's not every day that one of your friends tries to fight a serial killer. A smile of gratitude tugs at my lips, and I feel a little warmer inside. They really cared a lot for us, didn't they? Thanks, Yahiko. Yahiko only nods mutely. I glance at Masato, only to find that he's still stewing. Come to think of it, he hasn't said a word. Now, Yama, say that you want to join track and become best... My voice cracked. Become best friends with Masato. Dang it! Yahiko and I jump and Masato said an exclamation. I'm a sheckin' full dumber. What? The fullest dumber. What? He quiet slightly, speaking through gritted teeth. I was stupid blind. I didn't see nothing but myself. I'm real sorry, man. Wait, where's this coming from? Honestly, I'm just surprised to see him here. I wasn't fair to you, man. I was throwing a tantrum like little Habiki. Saying all those words, not listening to you. It's something only a shackin' full dumber would do. Try to ask what was going on instead of assuming everything. Oh, his apology catches me off guard. Well, thanks, but he was right. Just after he told me to be nice to you, I treated her like trash. Maybe he could sense it coming. Maybe he saw that something was wrong with me. Oh, wait. Now that I'm paying more attention, I realize that Masato's hair is damp. Not only that, but there's a faint smell of... chlorine? Masato, were you just swimming? Well, yeah, I guess. Technically it's summer, but technically it's pretty normal to be swimming, but... something churned slowly in my brain. Disused, but still keen. Well, you know, all you talk about is track. I was pretty tired of hearing about it by now. But I don't just drown, I can swim too, and do basketball. Masato can swim. In fact, he can swim well. Masato's incredibly athletic. And the last person who I had spoken to before I'd seen Shoji drowning in that river, before I'd almost drowned, it had been Masato. You could have easily hauled Shoji and me to shore, even if we were both hopeless at swimming. Odd. It was 3 months ago, but each memory feels as vivid as yesterday. Oh, so it was... I thought it was... Okay, yeah, because Yama Alter doesn't really exist. Okay. Vibrant, full of life. Guess I should seize the moment. Did you save us? Save who now? Me and Shoji from drowning 3 months ago. Oh. That's definitely a yes. It's not like he'd forget saving 2 people from drowning, even if it was 3 months ago. Wait, you guys almost drowned? Well, we didn't, thanks to Masato. Yahiko's face twists for a moment, but for one terrible second, I think he's about to cry. And then... Did you see a mermaid? Oh, my good minion, this is a very important question you must answer. There was a mermaid, wasn't there? Beautiful with long hair, and a voice that sounded like a really nice voice. To answer or to not answer? And why not? Well, she sung just like you. Really? She must have been amazing. It definitely was worthy of awe. I knew it. The heck are you saying, Yama? There wasn't no mermaid. What? This over-dramatic gasp is punctuated with a very long silence. Then Masato snorts. I chuckle. Yukiko giggles. Pretty soon, the three of us collapse on the ground, rolling with uncontrollable laughter. My sides ache and my chest heaves, and every possible muscle and every possible limb is protesting with a sore ache. But it feels good, like the stress is just melting out of my body. Finally, we pick ourselves up, brushing at our eyes. Good to see you're still with us, man. I want to take a rest, because there's a lot of people waiting to talk with you. You're almost as famous as I am. Wait, what? Later, man. Just up, good minion. Putting you to work the moment you recover. Wait, what do you mean that I'm... They already escaped out of the room, leaving me completely bewildered. I wait for another visitor, but my door doesn't open again. Maybe people are coming later? It'd be nice. Okay, look, I'm tired of that beeping. Turn that down. Oh, does it not take effect until you close out? Oh, it's an ambient sound. Duh. It'd be nice. After talking with Masato and Yukiko, everything feels normal. Kinda like the world, after being knocked off course, has found its bearings again. On your feet, soldier! Yeah! Startled out of my beauty sleep to find that Akira, Ari, and Elizabeth are seated in the chairs next to my bed. For a moment, my groggy mind scrambles to piece together reality. Great, hospital. Must be visiting me. Oh hey, it actually worked! Seems a bit disoriented. Oh, well, we simply can't have that, can we? Sick of Ari. Or don't. Elizabeth clears her throat and arches an eyebrow in my direction. So, Yama Yoshimoto. So, Elizabeth Oshio. She suddenly lurches to her feet, glaring darkly at me. Wanna know what the bloody heck you were thinking when you decided to do something so... Is that a word? Mad. Crazy. It's adjective, British, informal. So buy me. Going to face an own serial killer alone, unarmed? I mean, I have 2 arms, actually. What are you planning to do, sneeze on him? I actually plan to stab him, which I did. Her trident catches me off guard, but it doesn't grate on my nerves. It actually seems caring, in the weirdest typo! Weirdest way. That's a weird way to spell weird. It is unavoidable. I'm just the protagonist. Precisely, it's exactly something that, say, the main character of a novel would do. Oh, this isn't a bloody... I relax against my pillows. Their energetic presence lights up the room. I didn't realize how much I missed just being an ordinary kid, hanging out with his friends and getting ready for the university. Till now. Right, ordinary life, friends. You just... What's he saying? You can do this. He's typing, hold on. Oh, he's responding to... YouTube's making it so that you have to have 1,000 subs to be a partner. And have, like, a lot of watch time per year. But, so I'm not gonna be a partner anymore. So I've just been slowly working my way towards the $100 payout. If you monetize a total, like, if you make a total of $100, they pay you. They don't pay you before that. So I don't monetize all my videos. I'm monetizing some of them. I'm at like $56 right now. Close. Just keep uploading Doki Doki Literature Club videos like all the other channels similar to yours. Good idea. I'll do a Doki Doki Literature Club secret ending. I clear my throat awkwardly, struggling for words. So, how's school been? Wait, you're asking about school? What are you doing? What have you done with Yama Yoshimoto? Oh, it's a welcome break from thinking about serial killers. You speak the truth. She turns to Elizabeth, as if deferring to her authority. Elizabeth smiles appreciatively. Well, the Academy's been fighting it off as long as possible, but they're finally forced to shut down. What? Just today, actually. The public scandal was too much for them to bribe off, apparently. The police are currently conducting an investigation to see how deep this murder scheme goes. Why it seems to center around Yukiko Ikari. Before I can stop it, my brain automatically kicks back into investigation mode. Have they found anything yet? Unfortunately, no. It's unusual, actually, how clean and tidy these killings are. There are no ties to any faculty, no apparent motive, no links to any accomplices, and Mr. Yoda has gone off his trolley from the moment he's been apprehended. Nothing he says makes any sense. I briefly recall a discussion about Aztec gods and blood rituals. Seems so far away. Yeah, I'm not very surprised. Why could he mask his insanity so well while he's dorm manager? It's practically a personality change. Hey, Elizabeth, I'm supposed to be resting from that. It's fine, Akira. This is important stuff. Nope, you need to rest. Rui's orders. You can rest as much as I want later. Isn't the academy closed? Actually, there's an interesting story behind that, too. Akira expels an exaggerated sigh, but I'm already honed in on Elizabeth's words. What do you mean? Don't you find it odd that there are no reporters hovering around? That you haven't received a single request for an interview? Maybe I'm not cute enough. For the love of them, they haven't been around Yui's room either. Well, when she puts it that way, it's definitely suspicious. I would have thought that kind of juicy scandal would draw reporters like carrion birds to a corpse. So there's no news coverage? They covered Mr. Yoda's killing spree in the NRS, but there's nothing on the closure of the academy. It's as if the National News Network is simply ignoring the fact that it happened at school. Wait, what? But the job of the news is to inform the people. One would hope, but in this case, there's not a peep from them. Sober silence falls over the room. No news for closing the academy? Come to think of it, the NNN used to cover the murders extensively, but I haven't seen much of them recently. Or maybe that's just because I don't watch the news much. Well, we should get going. You need to rest up. She reaches out a hand as if to pat me on the shoulder, but suddenly withdraws it, looking away. Bye. She quickly runs out of the room. Elizabeth snorts, and her features eventually soften into, dare I say, admiration. Rescuing Yuri was an admirable feat, young Mishimoto. Utterly baddie, perhaps, but admirable. With those parting words, she turns on one heel and strides away. Eri's the only one left. She's gonna give me a message from Shigare, right? Her gaze fixes on me, almost like she's examining an alien specimen. What is it? You seem uncomfortable. Actually, this bed's really nice. Not that kind of uncomfortable. I wait for her to elaborate, but she doesn't say anything more. She only slips back into her chair. I can sing. Singing can help you sleep. Oh, thanks. Something about the weight of her words makes me think that this is more than an offer to sing. It's almost an expression of trust. I like that. Eri smiles just a teensy bit and closes her eyes. The intricate melody that swells from her lips practically eases my muscles in her body. I'd forgotten how nice her voice sounded. Rarely takes me any time before I've slipped away from consciousness. I wake up on my own this time. I fully expect the room to be vacant, to be accompanied only by the ticking of the clock, to be utterly silent, but instead, greeted with the sight of a girl seated in the chair beside my bed. Yes! Wait, not a girl, woman. Shigare? She doesn't even look up from... Is that a book she's reading? No, files. Long files, apparently. Ishimoto, you're awake. We're sleep talking. Highly improbable. I smirk at that. Even Shigare seems to be smiling. So what brings you to my humble abode? Shouldn't you be working? Yoda's already been apprehended. Oh, is he still alive? I see no further need for my presence in the precinct. Wait, really? Shigare's eyebrows give me the barest twitch of irritation. Or is there more to the story? Like maybe, I don't know, they officially consider the case closed, so you're no longer getting access to the investigation. Bullseye. That's kinda strange. Aren't you the reason why they managed to get Yoda in the first place? I expect her to explode in a fit of intricate insults, but instead, she conjures over as if a large weight is bearing down on her shoulders. There are unusual movements in Osamu, Ishimoto. Something is stirring beneath the surface. Something bigger than any of us could ever imagine. And I'm the chosen one, born to master the 5 elements that take down the ultimate evil in this world. Absolutely not. Then maybe the shining sword of the chosen hero? Oh please, at best you're a blunt arrow, sharper than the average rock, but only just. Ouch, can you give me back the Shigare from 3 months ago? I liked her better. I'm afraid she'll make another appearance. You will never make another appearance. She will never. Okay. When she stabs the file shut, her smirk softens into a genuine smile. It's good that you did not die, Ishimoto. Although I'm uncertain of its relevance, I told myself that as soon as you were coherent, I might relate my story to you. What's that supposed to mean? You may have noticed my certain unusual reaction to your phone call. I know that you wouldn't have believed me. You never even needed me as your assistant in the first place. I wouldn't have believed you? But you didn't even try. I would have believed you, I would. If you just trusted me, if you just... Now that you mention it, Never seen Shigure that emotional, not even when we ran into Natsuki. For time's sake, as well as the sake of your interest, I shall keep my tale short. Despite her confident start, she gives a marked pause before she continues. I get the feeling that she hasn't talked about her story very often. Somehow, the idea makes me feel special. I was difficult to get along with in my youth. Only in your youth? I think automatically, but I keep my mouth shut. Most decided to keep their distance from me. As a method of coping, I kept the books. Hence her occasional bursts of ridiculous vocabulary, I'd guess. For the most part, the majority of my peers were inane and superficial. Losing their acquaintanceship was no loss. However, one day, a boy approached me. The very traits that others hated so much about me, he found fascinating. He became my truest friend over time. I have very few memories apart from him. That's her presumably dead fiancé. Even decided to engage in matrimony as we studied in university. After all, of course, we found stable jobs. I finished my schooling within 2.5 years, at which point I began my detective agency. Wait, 2.5 years? That sounds crazy. She must have taken max units and enrolled in classes over interterm, studied without breaks. I dearly loved my field of study and greatly looked forward to my field of work. Aside from late nights, there was no difficulty. Somehow, I find that hard to believe. At any rate, one of my first cases was worked in conjunction with the police. There's a particularly vicious triple murder, closely related to the family of my how do you say that? Put forward a suspect. I believed his mind to be clouded by emotion and disregarded it. So I left and found another detective. I once said the idea. That must have really hurt her pride. Shigure notices my reaction and raises an eyebrow. It was a sore betrayal, Ishimoto. My pride was not the only aspect that was in pain. Maybe I can't hear Yui losing trust in you, even though you thought that she, of all people, would continue to support you. Just the thought sends me reeling. Quickly decided not to consider it again. The suspect that my fiancé put forward was eventually, as I suspected, found to be innocent. Except, no sooner after receiving his verdict, the allegedly innocent man checked my... Hold on. How do you say that?
Betrothed.
Betrothed? What? And she pauses. The edges of her expression crumple, and she holds strong. There's another murder that day, one I could not handle. Oh. All I wished for was to take back my actions. I wish that he had believed in me, that I had believed in him. So when I had run around by myself, when I planned on facing Ryota by my own initiative, no wonder she was so panicked. A repeat in history, a sickening time loop. Shigure doesn't deserve that. Thank you for telling me. She only shrugs wordlessly. It may help you resolve when it comes to Yui. Learn from my mistakes, Ishimoto. This is my gravest instruction. What do you mean? What does it have to do with Yui? Leave no regrets. That's all I mean. No regrets? She's telling me to start dating Yui, just like everyone else? That seems kind of odd, kind of trivial. Maybe the last 3 months contribute to that. Shigure notes my uneasy expression, stands to her feet somewhat abruptly. Regardless, there are other matters I must see to, but I've earned a well-deserved rest, as well as this. She extends a flat white envelope to me, stamped with pay stub. Wait, what's this? Your pay. I dare say it's deserved, and you never said you'd pay me. Mentioned it multiple times, actually. Simply did not listen. She pushes the envelope into my hand. My fingers numbly accept it. Wow, thanks. It's unexpectedly generous of her. Very well, Ishimoto. Rest up. She whisks out of the room, leaving me with the envelope. Well, she didn't even offer him his job back? Talk about rude. Never actually thought she'd actually pay me. She didn't seem like the type. Instantly, I tear the envelope open and fold a sheet of paper inside. It's an official-looking invoice with 3 printed lines, accompanied by a scribbled note. Income, 100,000. That's $1,000. Oh, theme park tickets, 110,000. Dead, 10,000 yen. However, as my magnanimity knows no bounds, I shall benignantly waive your debt. Ha ha. Got me. Totally should have seen this coming. Very well, Ishiyama. Let us depart. Really? And you're paying for everyone? Oh yes, with your future wages. She got me. I should have known something was up the moment Shigure started complimenting me. Nevertheless, I'm chuckling to myself, even as I slip the pay stub back into the envelope. That's definitely more like Shigure. Still grinning, I settle back for some more sleep. I note with satisfaction that the heaviness in my limbs is much less substantial than before. I wake up to a soft knock at the door. Someone actually knocked. What have thought? Is it Misaki? Come in! Yep. This time, it's Misaki who slips through the door. She wordlessly walks to my side and embraces me. Stiff and awkward later touch. Miki? So glad you're okay, Yama. When I heard that they were allowing visitors, I rushed here as soon as I could. I was starting to think I'd never see you again. She drops off into silence for a moment. Feel her fingers clutching my hospital gown. Yahiko and Masato told me about the investigation, about your involvement with the case. Yeah, sorry for not telling you. You didn't have to. I just wanted to say you did well, Yama. The simple words made my throat swell. Before I can respond, she releases me. Settling in the chair nearest my bed, I immediately take note of the stress weighing on her features. She looks a lot more tired than I remember. Something wrong? It's just something about the case still worries me. Have you heard about the recent uproar on Patter? Can't say that I have. Well, it seems that the murders caused a political firestorm. People are angry at how the government handled the incident. Wait, why is the government getting backlash? Aren't the murders a local issue? Misaki shakes her head. After his re-election last year, Mary Inori held a press conference. According to reports, Mr. Yodo is an immigrant. Not many are happy that a foreigner is able to murder innocent civilians within their borders. So the mayor blamed Japan's government for granting amnesty to undocumented workers to compensate for that financial crash in 2007. He even proposed for Osamu to break away from the country's incompetence by becoming an independent state. I can only remain in stunned silence at the revelation. Mayor Inori is using the murders as his political platform? With all this attention revolving around Yoda, why is the Academy being excluded from the media? Do you know if they mentioned the Academy at all? They haven't. That's what worries me the most. It's almost as if... She trails off, seemingly lost in thought. As if what? As if someone were attempting to cover up the school's involvement. A cover-up? I know, it's a bit of a stretch, but listen to this. She retrieves her phone from her pocket. Remember how the Academy had quite a few sponsors? Isn't that why it's so prestigious? Why is it... It feels like your head should be... Like your face should be lower. Like... I don't know. You know, career day and all. Exactly. So I figured, what if they were afraid of people knowing they were affiliated with a school who hired a murderer? Then how are they able to censor the media? That, I still don't know. She says this dejectedly, sinking into her seat. Yama? Yeah? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have worried you with this. It's fine. Thanks for telling me. I suppose I should let you rest. I still need to speak with Rui. Sure you'll be alright? Yep. Thanks for stopping by, Miki. Of course. Rest well, Yama. After flashing one last smile, she strides out the door. It was surprising to see Misaki so anxious, but then again, it's only natural considering everything that happened. The Academy is being excluded from the media. The citizens are fed up with the government. Mary Inori is calling sovereignty. Seems change is imminent for Osamu. The fact that the murders have garnered so much attention on this scale still boggles my mind. Not wanting to dwell on it for too long, I force myself to clear my head. I can think more on this later. For now, I should focus on the people around me. It's probably all I can do. Let me take a drink. Who's left? Is it only Rui? It could be that one police officer. The next visitor comes again an hour after Misaki. Yep, okay. She's dressed in her school uniform like she's just an ordinary student going to an ordinary school, ready to face another long day of ordinary classes and ordinary teachers. The sight is so ordinary that it makes my throat sore. After these past 3 months, after remembering how she dragged me through therapy, after all that she's been through, just looking at her makes me hopeful that life will one day return to normal. She kicks back in a chair on my bed, face shining with a typical grin. Morning, lazyhead. Morning. What's with the uniform? I don't know. She kinda missed it after a while. Coming in? It's not all that bad. I mean, being forced to wear it kinda sucks. Well, you don't have to wear it anymore. It feels weird. Like, hey, I'm still a second year. I have another 365 days before I become an old... fogey? Is that foggy or...
Fogey.
Okay, it's foggy, okay. I'm a genius, I knew it. I flicker in the forehead with a mocking frown. What are you calling an old fogey? What do you think? Are you sure you want to stick with that statement? What's that supposed to mean? You know, being an old fogey is a pretty good life. I get killer discounts, I don't have to work, and I have a free pass to say any offensive thing I want. On second thought, never mind. Too late, and I have old person privileges. Heaven help us all. It's a little weird teasing each other like this after what we've been through, but I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, this would function as an amazing segue. Is that how you spell segue? To a different topic of conversation. Oh no, don't do it. Speaking of old fogies, how are your parents doing? I hate you. I know. She kicks my bed a little, but petulantly responds. They've been visiting over the past few months. They couldn't come in here though, because, you know. Because I was isolated. Because I was unstable. But I could leave you to talk with them. Wait. His parents or her parents? Her parents. To leave to talk with them at any time. They're really thankful. It'd be nice if you could come over for dinner sometime. I'd like to talk to you about something. Anytime, since we're both going back to Seto. Yep, since school's closed, they want me to go back home. Probably tomorrow. They visited earlier. You didn't see them? Nope, I was probably sleeping. Maybe. Did something happen? Oh, well, you know, Dad said that something important happened at work. Probably got caught up in that, as usual. Well, that makes sense. Yui bites her lip and meets my gaze. I really think you should contact your parents. The air girl's a little chilly. My fingers digging into the blankets. No need. The hospital probably has. Okay. We sit in silence for another moment, as Yuri works to find words to say. Yama? The door suddenly flies open, and a familiar faces pour into the room. Yahiko, Masato, Misaki, Akira, Elizabeth, and Eri all race to my bedside. I'm an Adam coach. You have hereby been acquitted of all crimes. What? I think she means you're allowed to leave the hospital. The doctors told you guys this, not me? Come on, man. Only Pansy sits around and twiddles his thumb when there's work to be done. In other words, you got tired of waiting. Well, technically, my good minion, Yama is officially released, all due to my considerable influence. I'm sure. Actually, the scariest thing is he's probably telling the truth. I really need to ask him about, well, everything, eventually. Oh, get up already. Elizabeth suddenly seizes my arm and pulls me out of bed, shoving a handful of clothing in my face. Get dressed. I have something to show you. The others smile excitedly, poised on the tip of their toes. Yuri grins encouragingly. Lead the way. After giving me a few moments to change into a spare uniform, we check out of the hospital and clamber into a limousine, supposedly paid for by Yahiko. The group is in a chatty mood as we wind down the streets to the familiar shopping complex of the academy. Laughter, jokes, and teasing chase away the tension in the air. We stop at the Cafe de la Pa, right? Pa? Where Yahiko bounces up to the door and opens it with a flourish. Huh, deja vu. After you, my good minions. I'm floored as we step through the door. Colorful streamers and balloons are plastered around half the academy. Decorated letters saying, "Welcome back, heroes," hanging from the ceiling. It's a stark contrast from the slick and sophisticated furnishings, but that doesn't stop my gratitude. This is for us? I certainly don't see anyone else. You guys. Yui covers her hands. I mean, what did Yui really do? I mean, like, the only time Yui did anything useful is when she dies. Like, you know, the only time she attacked him, she dies immediately. So, I mean, what did Yui do? Yui covers her face with her hand. Oh, she did yell, "Hey, Yama, stop." What died? Oh, yes, that's fair. Thank you. Oh, it ain't nothing. Just a couple of balloons and streamers. I wonder, I mean, really, that girl who we hit with the pipe multiple times did more than Yui. You know, she hung in there. Elizabeth said it'd be a fire hazard. Not to mention the minor problem that dragons don't exist anymore. Are they not going to mention her at all? Like, are they okay? Have they recovered? Hey, don't be... My voice cracked. Hold on. That made an awkward noise. Don't forget who's paying for all of this. Praise me, praise me. Wow, I think that he would actually say that out loud. Thank you for your generosity. Elizabeth says these words plainly and honestly. Could they actually be getting along? But of course, my lady, this is pocket change in comparison to the Akari family treasury. Elizabeth's good mood quickly falters, but Masaki's eyes light up in realization. Pocket change? Akari wealth is insurmountable, lovely maiden. Truly, your generosity is unimaginable. How kind your spirit is to provide a lonely company with a bountiful feast of refreshments. Wait, refreshments? Oh, so you agree. Hospitality of an Akari is beyond measure. She'll make certain that all my followers learn of this. Did you forget it? Like, get food and stuff? All of your followers? Okay, Mickey, that's just evil. I believe that 8 orders of high tea will be sufficient for our party. High tea! Now tell him to grab that pat. This is beginning to feel like extortion. Okay, 8 orders of high tea, coming right up. The poor soul. Watch her sympathy as he slides over to the counter, tempted to flirt with the server for a discount. Meanwhile, Kara and Elizabeth have been dragged 3 temples together and urged 8 tears and even an ellipse. Oh, ellipsy? How do you say that? You say the E, right? Ellipsy, right?
Ellipse.
Oh no, it's just ellipse, okay. That's me being stupid. There's something special planned. Even more than all of this? Ha! You didn't think we dragged your butts all the way here just to drink some plant water, did you? Elizabeth seems fairly offended at this disparagement as her beloved tea, but remains silent as Masato flings something out of his backpack. Ta-da! A heavy ragged binder that's squarely in the center of the table, stuffed to the brim with stacks of paper. A binder. Ooh, the last time I saw one of these was during the Edo period. Name that old! When's Edo period? I don't remember. We're all surprised when Aries suddenly snatches the binder, flipping through it like a man. She smiles, the closest thing I've ever seen to a broad smile from her. It's an RP? Yeah? Can I be GM? Her eyes are almost shining. Never seen her so happy before. Oh, okay. Oh, sure. I was gonna do it if no one wanted, but I want to. Role playing. Who would have thought? I didn't know you like board games, Masato. What? This ain't no board game. This is an artifact of story creation that weaves intricate tales of a hero's development. Me and the boys at home played it all the time. Little Hibiki had to be a healer, though, because he couldn't sustain a good pounding. I have an ominous feeling about this. How exactly did you play RPGs? Acted it out, of course! How else are you supposed to play them? Oh boy. Who needs dice anyway? This way, it's all down to skill. No, dice are imperative. The firm word from Eric shocks us into a brief silence. Dice are pansy! Oh hey, you're GM. That was frightening. For a moment, I swear that Ariel was radiating a death aura. It might be best to get on her good side. So what should we do first? Must create a character. Wait, I must develop a world lore. World lore. Ari narrows her eyes in concentration for a brief moment. Steampunk setting. You're in Eglier? I think I said that right. Metropolis. A bustling city where clockwork machinery sees to your needs and humans find ways to reach the heavens. Your fortunes are blessed, placing you squarely in the middle class. The metropolis is enlightened and thriving. Of this you are grateful. Please choose one of the following classes. The Knight, a powerful yet cumbersome fighting type. The Heister, a rogue of slight-minded wit with nimble feet and fingers. The Alchemist, a master of magical artifacts and elements with scientific twist. The Doctor, a knowledgeable cleric. Generally for girls. The Musketeer, champion of firearms. The Engineer, an inquisitive innovator for ingenious inventions. So obviously, Alchemist top tier, but Engineer right below it. The Entertainer, vulnerable to battle, but charming and convincing. But did you really come up with all of that in 5 seconds? Well, they all sorts of fun. I don't know what to pick. Shaded obvious, there's only one good class. Here we go. Time for Mercenary Masato, the unbeatable fighter. The Doctor! Wait, what? Masato, you know the Doctor's the healing type, right? Wait, you think I'm an idiot? Always wanted to be the cleric, but it was maybe the fighter. Well, this is getting interesting. Very well, Masato Doctor. She doesn't even seem phased. I'm the Heister, sounds exciting. I'll try my hand at Musketeer. It's fitting with your aim. She whips in my direction, ready for a snappy comeback, then realizes I was complimenting her. Oh, thank you. Aim was really impressive. I'll be the Entertainer. Oh, so useless? You said that when we were in a foreign nation, and the only thing keeping us from the chopping block are my liar skills. That's lie. Is it Lear? The Lear's. I know what a Lear is. Kind of like a harp. Lear. Lyra? I don't know. There's no Google pronunciation for it. Dr. Masato, Heister Akira, Musketeer Elizabeth, Entertainer Rui. Yama Misaki ni Hiko remain. Yama, why don't you pick first? Sure. I'll review the list of classes in my head. Logically, we should probably all pick different classes so we're a balanced group. At least we have the Alchemist, Engineer. Oh, at least the 2 best ones! Making Knight sounds like I'll just have to do a lot of fighting. Yeah, who wants to play a Sword and Shield class? That's like the worst thing. Being an Alchemist sounds really cliche. I guess I'll be engineer. What do they do exactly? Engineer stuff, of course. Yes, Akira. So I gathered. In that case, I'll be a knight. What, not an alchemist? Being an alchemist sounds so boring. Knights are much more heroic and daring. That's no surprise. Now to start. Wait, hold up. There something pops up next to me. Apparently down with ordering the budget-breaking 8 high teas. That's not all, my man. I thought we all agreed we don't need to use pen and paper. We did? Without responding, Yahiko reaches into his own backpack. Places some things around the table. Merry Christmas, everyone! It isn't Christmas. Yahiko's gifts are site codes, gleaming with the shininess of new released product. Where could Yahiko have gotten these? Technically, they're just prototypes, but they should be working amazingly well for our purposes. How long is this going to be? As we put the futuristic spectacles over our eyes, Eri taps the table with impatience. Yahiko, you must pick a class. Class? Strategically speaking, you should pick the remaining class, which is the Alchemist. Your command is my wish, my lady. What's with the stairs? Am I supposed to come up with a name and backstory and all that? Well, if you insist. I'm 0.0017 kilometers. How much is that now? 17,000? Wait, 17... Yeah, wait, 10,000. Ah, decibels! Kilometers tall. Eyes as blue as an Egyptian oasis. I was crafted by angels that fell from the heavens. My clothing is skin tight, which helps pronounce my amazing figure. What strikes you speechless, good minions? My dashing good looks? Wait, hold on. Wait, did it... It's not exactly how I would put it. I have a great idea. Why don't we get started, Eri? Thank you, Yui. It is not an idea at all, but very well. Very little... Where'd the sound go? Why is there no sound? A very literal GM proceeds to close your eyes, speaking in a soft rolling tone, reminiscent of the most skilled storytellers. How long is this going to be? Should I call it? Like, is this not over? Are we not done? You receive a letter promising power and prestige. We're simply enter the caravan tower 20 at 8 and ask for Eon. What shall you do? Go on, of course. On it, wasted a moment of time. I agree, full steam ahead, people. Power and prestige, so fun and dandy, but there's money involved, huh? I'm a heister, you see. Always care about them shinies, huh? It's barely understandable. Not putting up with this throughout the entire RP. Wait a care, if it's steampunk, we should all speak in British accents. Looks to kill, Elizabeth would currently be my murderer. Don't you dare, Yami Ishimoto. Tally-ho! Done quite the bang-up job on our character creations, if I do say so myself. Kira and Yui apparently don't notice that I'm teasing. They only light up with excitement. This is a splendid idea. Why, I do believe that you've landed upon something quite profound, Yama Ishimoto. Elizabeth buries her face in her hands, but the pair continues on oblivious. Well, Yui, under these circumstances, it would be prudent to meet this person together, would it not? Oh yes, indubitably, I do quite agree. So, like, how long is this? Like, I mean, it's fun and all, but I mean, I thought this was over. We're not done. They're on the out, man. Wouldn't be a party without the great Yahiko Ikari. And I'm gonna go too. Sure, why not? Very well. She closes her eyes and then opens up with renewed fervor. To the tavern. You encounter a rapid horde of credulous dingbats. What? Something she always says often. Something I'm not surprised of anymore. Prepare for battle. And yeah. Hold up, citizen. Stand back. This is a job for President J. Gray. Oh, is he? Wait, he doesn't have Gover Butcher? This game's broken. He's power gaming. I say you're all. Ego does so. On 1. You drop your spellbook on your tall. What? Sorry, man, but you gotta stick to being a model. Error 404. Model class does not exist. My real workout if he models is an alchemist. Oh, I protest. These dice must be weighted. But they're digital, Yahiko. They can't be weighted. Let's just have melee in front, ranged in back, and Yui in the far back. This battle should be fairly simple, considering it's the first battle in the game. Okay, what exactly do I do? Just gotta play for us, Yui. We'll keep you safe. Yaniyama will protect you. Or Masato, you know, whoever. A Bard boosts team stats and morale. If you roll high, you may even provide others with an extra turn. Wow, I sound so useful. You do know that essentially you're just bugging around on wood and metal, right? Shut up, Yama. Hey, let's start the battle before anything turns to rubbish. Area, fire at the dodgy tosser by the front. Dodgy, huh, tosser, huh, huh, huh. Shut up, Yama. What? I don't get it. She got 17? This is rigged. Direct hit, Musketeer. The crudeness dingbat crumbles in the dust of ignorance once it came. Pretty sure that phrase also came from Shigure. And yeah, she attacks. Dingbat dies. How long? I mean, why? Scratch it. It wasn't terrible, at least. Yeah. Let's be used to winning from acting out on RBs instead of rolling for them. Yeah, okay. Consider my options for a moment. Fire it with a pistol, I guess. This seems kind of bland. What's the critness stigmat made out of? Cog, scare, and steam. Take the nearest pipe and stick it into the mechanism to jam it. That's an innovative idea. Why do something so boring when you can make it explode into a ball of fire? Because I might drop my spellbook on my toes. What kind of dummy would do that? Gee, I wonder. Yo, I do so, and... Whoa! Of all times, 3 lucky. I think that's scripted. I think in the game code, you're scripted to get a 20 there. Don't quote me on that. Coach Lucky Luckerson. Once with motion, you thread the pole through the cogs at a critical point. Mechanism locks in place, overheats, and explodes in a ball of fire. Congratulations, you've cleared the first battle. Your rewards are... Wait, hold on. Cannot let a mere peasant express the greatness of Gover Metcher. Let's just skip to the next battle. What? And make it a big one, the final battle. Yes, please. 5 armies clashing upon a battlefield of darkness. Leading the forces of light is the great hero, President J. Graves. Backing away slowly now. Eco's classic antics. You realize how much I appreciated them until now. Very well, you teleport to the final battle, surrounded by enemies on all sides. Wait, what? We haven't even had the chance to level up. Shh! This is my shot to send out the second Doctor's medal. We stare at him in silence, completely bewildered by the foreign words spewing out of his mouth. Well, all of us save for one, of course. You do understand that you're a healer, right? Your focus on keeping us alive, not showing off. Masaki's response is quick and forceful, fully understanding what Masato just said. You know what he's saying? Where's the lady? You don't? He was speaking street, wasn't he? Speaking street? He's probably referring to the slang that reigns over the poorer districts of Osama. Here's the Masato's random word bomb is actually street slang. Makes sense. Megumi. Megumi? Speak... Megumi? Oh, Masato. Oh, okay. I picked it up while I was in District 6. Everyone's surprised except Yuri and I. Keep me like, you know, like it's not just can the credits roll? Saki shrugs her shoulders. Sort of slipped that into my diction, I guess. It's not important right now. Let's continue the battle. The very abrupt battle, the battle of 5 armies, all because of Hiko Ikari. Isn't that a reference to the Hobbit? I think it is, right? Oh, one detail. Suddenly, a flood of monsters pop up on the site codes, effectively burning our eyes with light. The other 4 armies are allied and fighting you. All 4 armies? Ah, gosh, yeah, guys, let's not do this. Can we go back to the tavern? Go through all the RP like normal people? Question the will of the great Ikari? Fear not, good citizens. President J. Graves can fight this whole horde with 1 arm behind his back. Never going back. The past is the past. And I'm a doctor. Yes, you are. Take it that we're fighting then. Yes. Okay then, don't blame me if we all die terrible deaths. Line it up, it's a game. We're bound to die anyway. Tap our psychos to take our positions. Hopefully they're strategically sound. From what I can tell, Ares at least nice enough to keep the enemies at the same level as us. Hopefully this is actually beatable. Akira suddenly moves her icon in front of ours, pacing it back and forth like a war general speaking to her unit. Day may come when the courage of men fails, and we forsake our friends and... Oh, Akira. Coach, what's the fun in having a final battle if we can't have an epic speech? Why do I suddenly get the feeling that we've had this exchange before? Whatever, make it quick. Fine, I'll make it a little more interesting. Man, woman, it's not what the country can do for you. What you can do for your hippopotamuses. Wait, what? The state would fight! With that area, like to pickpocket the nearest enemy. Akira's attempt is a failure. At least she doesn't pay dearly for it. But Ares surprises us by breaking in right after Akira's turn is over. Clockwork Goblin is on the flank, surges towards and attacks Yui. Yui, roll for dodge. Immediately, the token on our screen starts the vulnerable backline. Masato and Yui are wide open. Okay, your move left to our backline wide open. Uh-oh. Relax, at the very least my dex is really high. Presses a finger to the frame of her site code. Oh. Faithful die lands on our displays. Oh, one! Are you serious? Great galloping gophers! Even with your substantial modifier, Yui, you did not dodge. You must be really unlucky today. Oh wait, there has to be some kind of mistake. Fortunately, dear Yui, this mistake seems to be yours. Oh man, so you slip. Do it up! Sato says that everything's your fault, Yahiko, and you need to fix it. Me? Why me? You're the precedent for the puncher. You're the one who insisted on having this battle. Okay, I'll fix it. Oh wait! I'm sure Yama will be more than happy to revive you using method resuscitation. What? Now I go for strength, dexterity, constitution, and intelligence modifier. No, in real life. We have no physical dice. I mean, if you do CPR, no, that's like an indirect direct kiss. You can't do that. What? This is getting interesting. You guys can't be serious. No opinion on the matter. Yui's dead? Is she a zombie? No, she isn't. Hence why there's no need for CPR. Don't worry, Yui, I'll do it. Gosh, so there's literally no reason to perform CPR. Oh, dude, sound intense. Someone's getting jealous. Not jealous. That's what a jealous person would say. The group breaks into laughter at my expense. Feel betrayed. Guys, you lay off Yama. I'll take one for the team. You know what? I have a great idea. Why don't I just, stay dead? Suddenly a die roll on our monitors breaks the flow of conversation. Who rolled that? Not I. Nor I. It was me. Larry pauses for a moment, glancing at her GM references before pronouncing judgment. Yui did not die. She has, however, become mortally wounded and taken captive by enemy forces. I did... What? This doesn't seem to be better than death. Why does it look so awful? Don't worry, one bit, Yui. We'll save ya! Like, this is cool and all, but like, can it end? Okay. Yeah, cool. Shuttle goes head first, rolls a 2, dies. Oh, you die. This is a good example of why you look before you leap. Okay. We must rescue Yui at once. Operation Saving Private Yui is a go. Climb every mountain. Forward every stream. Follow every rainbow till you find your dream. Around. Why are you guys so old? Well, coach, give us the order. Me. It's the least you could do, but not really useless thus far. Trust your judgment, Yama. Well, I don't know what possessed them, but for some reason I appreciate their faith. Looks like we have to fight through a huge mess of enemies to get to Yui. Don't worry around it. This will definitely take some sacrifices. Essentially, my best chance is to use the others to pull the forces away, little by little, like an elite guerrilla task force. When I think about it, it's not really fair to just sacrifice the others. I'll distract them. Anyone remaining, they can break for Yui. What? You sure, Yama? Or is this the ever famous act of noble idiocy? The heated fire of his love is unquenchable, even in the face of death. Or stupidity, yeah. Oh, decent roll! What counts as decent? In D&D, like, what's like sure, you rolled a 6, which is not terrible. But I thought 6 was like, oh, you die instantly. And, okay. It's quickly stabbed out by a new horde, leaving Yuri hopelessly in the clutches of the goblins. Game over. You're all dead. Not all of us. Have you so easily forgotten that the general still stands? Go for Metcher. Mobilize. My firestorm, Mary. Roll. Oh. But again! You're dropping your spell block on your other toe. Calfoul! Something's wrong with the RNG, dude. There cannot be anything wrong with the RNG. Simply an RNG. But... It's alright, dude. Getting late anyway. Almost time for my curfew. Alrighty. Check the time. It's actually 5:40. Guess we must have left the hospital pretty late. Since the RP was really fun, yeah. Sure it would have been more fun if someone didn't start skipping to the final battle without a plan. I also really enjoyed it. My compliments to the GM. But are we leaving? The high tea just got here. Sure enough, 2 servers have bustled out of the back rooms, arms laden with trays of teapots and dainty sandwiches. My stomach grumbles embarrassing loud. Everything looks delicious. Well, if it's food... He promptly sits down, and unashamedly digs in. That was easy. This is all to Yahiko's generosity, everybody. Be sure to express your gratitude. Yeah, thanks, Yahiko. Your gratitude knows no bounds. All fantastical benevolence. I appreciate your generosity, if little else. Thanks, man. Well, you know, this is just pocket change to Ikari. Note to self, never get on Misaki's bad side. Shoulder got Yahiko wound around her little finger. Trace going on the nearest tray. Crumbles delectably in my mouth. Perfectly cooked. This is really good stuff. Thanks, Yahiko. But of course, after all, proper world dictator must keep his minions well fed. Times like this, wonder if a world run by Yahiko wouldn't actually be that bad. Generosity is popular with the ladies, after all. Take that back. Take all of it back. After scooping some treats on his plate, I returned to my seat. Like the last time we were all together, no one's separated into groups. Everyone's sitting at the same table, chatting with smiles on their faces. It's heartwarming. So hypothetically speaking, what would you do if all politicians suddenly turned into chairs? Well, there'd at least be some way useful. Ah ha 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 ha! The authorities do the best they can, you know. Are they at least comfy chairs? They are. I'd vote for them. They can people turn into chairs. Then again, some topics of discussion aren't questionable. Hey dude, staring at lovely angels, I see. What? Don't you fret, my good man. Precisely what you're thinking. Want to woo one of them, don't you? I really don't. Well, you're in luck, because for a limited time offer, I'm... Wait, really? Glance at the others. They seem to be immersed in conversation, filling the cafe with a pleasant buzz. Maybe now's my chance to have a little chat with Yahiko. Say, Yahiko? Pause for a moment, trying to find the right words. Just wondering, you know. I never figured out why you're Mr. Yoda. Never figured out Mr. Yoda's motive. Do you happen to know? As I fumble awkwardly with a message, Yahiko interrupts me. It's fine, dude, I get it. It's kind of hard to think about, you know? 5 people I know, all gone. It smiles painfully forced. Anyway, I don't understand all these killings. But when I was talking with my mom and dad about it, they got totally stressed. I don't know. It doesn't really make any sense. The police don't seem to have a clue either. I mean, apparently Mr. Yoda's an immigrant, but... Why? Why did he kill 4 kids? For no reason. His voice becomes gratingly strident, halting all activity in the cafe. Everyone turns to Yahiko, open-mouthed, no doubt taken aback at the sudden gravity in the stone. Then, in the blink of an eye, Yahiko's face suddenly flashes back into his trademark grin without a hint of shadow. What bothers you so, my good minions? Have I captured your heart? One moment of silence follows. I can see the hesitation on everyone's faces. The hesitation of wanting to help Yahiko, but not knowing how. And this is the Yahiko yell. I don't want to woo any of the ladies, Yahiko. I want to woo you. His toothy smile, his arrogant front. Is an impenetrable wall that's impossible to break down. It's possible to help when he doesn't really want it? It doesn't seem so. Eventually, the group awkwardly returns to conversation. Yahiko's shoulders slump out just slightly in relief. It's trying to see his personality switch to the bat of an eye, but maybe that's his coping mechanism. Just like mine is standing from afar, mucking anything I can. Sorry, dude. Anyway, there's a lot of things about Mr. Yoda that still don't make sense. It gives me a bad feeling. Kinda like seeing a guy in a French maid costume, you know? No, I can't say I do. I'll look into it. Yahiko deserves that much. Thanks, dude. Hey, last sandwich. Any takers? Return back to the commotion of the rest of the group. The trays are almost completely picked clean. That was fast. I guess the cafe's quality speaks for itself. I'll have it. Sandwich. I like it. The food is quite delicious. And I'm also quite hungry. There's only one way to solve this. A competition! Mission start! Second that, I don't want it anymore. Me neither. I haven't even said what the competition is yet. What is it? Well, you know, your man's fair, so. How about our little game? What? Honestly, Masato. Pretty sure that Eri can beat you on that front. She's probably one of the most observant people I know. Oh, well, I know some great riddles. Why don't we have Yui give the riddles? I don't any of the vicarious puzzles could be understandable. Okay, what's in my pocket? Masato marches in front of Yui, eyebrows focused with harsh lines on his head. Eri only stares blankly with a quirk of her head. The rest of us gather around them in slight interest. Let me see. There's a 10-foot chain nailed to a wall. The center dips down 5 feet. How far are the ends from each other? They're like touching each other? Like they could be. It's like that, right? They're on the same nail. The center's 5 feet down. That means it's going down and up totals to 10 feet, which is the length of the chain. Oh, you're right, Masato. That's quick. Why would a chain be nailed to a wall? You know, maybe there's some merit to Masato choosing a riddle competition. Okay, next. Okay, young woman is attending her mother's funeral when she meets a man whom she falls in love with. But after the funeral, she can't find him. A couple of days later, she kills her sister. Why? I've heard this one before. What is it? Oh! So, he'll go to the funeral, and she can meet him again. What? Why the heck would someone do something like that against your own flesh and blood? It's a dumb riddle. Well, that is purely hypothetical, right? Shh. Ain't no kind of answer for that disgusting riddle. Didn't the woman want to meet the man at her sister's funeral? Pregnant pause fills the room. Oh, yeah. Yo, isn't that a psychopath test? Maybe she heard it before. The heck, it's dumb is what it is. Get a second dumber kills her family for some shallow love at first sight. Bad riddle. Next, Yui. Okay, Mr. Pushy. I know. 4-year-old men sat down to play. They played all night till break of day. Played for cash and not for fun, with separate scores for everyone. When it came to square accounts, they all made the same accounts. Not one lost and all gained. Now that you've heard, can you explain? The riddle has their entire group racking their brains. Same amounts? Played for cash? Maybe a highly improbable chance? Oh, I see. It's quite clever, Yui. I don't get it. What's the answer? Simply put the men... Oh, shut up until I solve this! Hold on. Sat down to play. They played all night till break of day. They played for cash and not for fun, with separate scores for everyone. When it came to square accounts... Wait, square accounts? Does square accounts mean... Square account. No, not Square Enix account. Basically, where they all playing, like... They all went and played... Like, let's say they're gambling. They all went to slot machines. And... all 4 of them... net total made positive and they split the earnings. Something like that. Oh, I know. They were playing Day Pay. What? The bank robbery game? Yes, they played for cash. At separate scores, but they earned the same amounts. As sensible as that is, I highly doubt that the riddle has anything to do with video games. Sorry, that's not technically the answer. Oh. Pretty sure that a dozen kittens just died at the moment, so they just agreed to share their earnings. Oh, got it, Yui! The men are musicians. Different scores, same amounts. Playing from night to day. Yep, Masato 2 point. Oh. It's stupid. Knew it! Siri shuffles through riddles that she knows, the rest of us lean forward. Even though Masato and Eri are technically the ones competing, only ones, the riddles are interesting enough for us to try. We're woken up by 4 AM by a knock on your door. It's from my friend who came for breakfast. Yeah, you have bread, jam, bacon, and eggs. What do you open first? I mean, you only open jam. You don't open bread, bacon, or eggs. So there's not even a pause for deliberation. Everything at once, of course. Ain't no skipping on hospitality. No, sorry. It's not even physically possible to open 4 containers several. Well, I mean... You ain't ever really been real hungry, have you? Okay, Ari, your answer? Don't you open the door first? That's cheating! I mean, you don't open bacon, but you open a jar of jam, see? Otherwise, your friend will be outside. That's right. Should have seen that one. It's seriously dignity to acknowledge this. You know what this means? Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves our tiebreaker! Can I hear it for Team Marvelous Masa? Oh yeah! The cafe falls into a deadly hush. Time ticks on. Right. How about Team Tiny Girl with an infinite stomach? Woohoo! Go away! Think with brains and thinks with minds. Gonna kick bosses behind. I'm getting a sense of deja vu. This is like that one scene at GFC. Judge Yui, it's up to you to determine the fate of this match. That's a lot of pressure. Looks like this will be the riddle of our lifetime. Okay, let me think. She ponders for a moment in the stillness of the cafe, then clears her throat. What's in my pocket? Poor people have it, rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. I've heard this one before! What is it? I've heard this one before. If you eat it, you die. Masato opens his mouth, but Eri beats him to the punch. Drugs. Another silence. What exactly has Eri been through in life? Poor people have it, rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. It's drugs. Well, technically speaking, she's not young. But I mean, rich people have drugs. I mean, like, you know, most drug dealers probably aren't poor. Well, you know, like the big ones anyway. Yui quickly whips to Masato with a pleading look. Masato, your entry? Masato stays quietly, and for a brief second, it seems like a huge burden is on his shoulders. Waiting poor silence for his fateful reply. Finally, he opens his eyes, enunciating every syllable with crispness. He answers, nothing. Poor people have nothing. Rich people need nothing. And if you eat nothing, you die. Alright. Stoic stillness falls upon the cafe. Something about this word seemed unnaturally heavy. Then a carrier breaks the tension with a loud, enthusiastic round of clapping. Well, darn my socks! Oh, oops. Looks like we got ourselves a winner! Yeah, right. Yuri quickly snatches the lonely sandwich from his plate and thrusts it towards Masato. I hereby bestow upon thee the final sandwich. Go, eat, have fun! Drugs isn't the right answer? Most people want to think of drugs. Does that make it wrong? Yeah, here we go. Deep question by Eri Hiraga. Yuri grins in a very panicked manner, probably grabs my sleeve. Well, it's been fine, guys, but it's getting awfully late. Well, I'm so suddenly tired. It must be my leg. I gotta head back. Curfew. In that case, it'll be efficient all walk back together. No! Misaki, Elizabeth, area, Yahiko bathroom. Time for girl talk. Yahiko. Oh, yes, of course. Wait, why am I included? Boy, oh boy, Masato, it's getting really late. You should run back as fast as possible right now. Now, I'll just walk with... Masato, my man, let's go! Without warning, Yahiko once again grapples Masato's arm and drags him out the door. Not sure what caused this apparent action, given the fact that he should love being alone with a group of girls. After the sudden exit, the carrier leads the other girls into the woman's bathroom without another word, leaving Yuri and I alone. Now, that was really subtle. Incredibly subtle. They should become national spies. Or international. We pause. Sudden idea seizes my mind. Very random and spontaneous, but even so. Say, Yui, can you come with me? Where to? Cemetery. It's been hovering on the back of my mind for the past 3 months. You mean, yeah. Are you sure? I mean, I don't know. I thought you didn't. I mean, I wouldn't want to. You wanted me. I want you to come with me. Okay, let's go. We head to the subway and board in silence, heading north along the side of the river. All it takes is disembarking the subway and crossing the bridge, and we arrive. The air is beautiful here, but cold. Maybe it's solely to the side of an endless stretch of memorial stones, but the light feels frigid against my skin. I pull my jacket tightly around me and navigate the cemetery, although it's been a long time. Years. My footsteps easily find their way. Yuri lays a gentle hand on my arm, comforting but unobtrusive. On another day, I might stop and muse at how many stones, how many different stories, are just in this one spot. Each engraving a different life, each monument a different family history. But in this moment, focused on just one thing. I pull to a stop in front of a marker by a boundary of trees. My voice almost died there. Not giving out yet. We're almost there. Where a large stone looms from the ground. Brisk letters carved into the surface. Ishimoto Family Grave. Mizu Ishimoto, February 1999 to January 2008. The visitor's card deposit next to the grave is stacked, long neglected over the years. Business card deposit? What? Did they put business cards there? I absently shuffled through a few of them. Reporters, more reporters. Teachers from our school, more reporters. This is the only mark that she made. A story in breaking news, significant just for a fleeting moment. She could have grown up to be much more, but instead, she's just a kid who suffered a tragedy. 3 months ago, I would have been furious at the world. No, 3 months ago, I was definitely furious at the world. But now, hey, sis. Sorry I didn't bring any flowers or incense. That was... Didn't even bring any water. Terrible brother, aren't I? I'm silent for a moment. Rui's fingers gently squeeze my shoulder. The wind picks up for a moment, sweeps warm air against our cheeks, almost like a single breath. If I close my eyes, I can almost see Mizu smile, soft open, with a total understanding. She's still 9 years old in my head, hasn't aged a day. Somehow, I doubt that she cares about flowers and incense. So, did you get my lanterns? Probably should have visited you. Oh, yeah, forgot about that, but really communication is the next best thing, isn't it? Silence again. I swallow past the lump in my throat. Been having some problems about that day, as you probably know. I've always wished that you had lived and that I died. Always. Who knows? Maybe if you were stalling around, no one would have gotten hurt. Maybe you could have cat-rolled up a fur scurry and I could have blinked. It sounds like you. The 9-year-old girl in my head is frowns imperiously, almost as if to say, Yams, don't underestimate yourself. It's okay, sis. I think I finally realized. Bubbling around doesn't change the past. Pretty sad, huh? I think it'd be obvious, considering that I can't time travel or anything. But I think in some way, all I wanted to do, really, was remember you. Even if it meant being miserable all the time. Yui's face is coated with tears, but she doesn't say a word. I don't know why she's crying. Something about the sight is touching. So, I think I'm finally ready. I'll be moving on, sis. Sorry to leave you behind. Or is it actually that you've gone on ahead and you're waiting? I don't know, but I think you could trust me. Not necessarily because of me, but because of this girl, the one standing next to me. She's my best friend. She has more responsibility than the both of us combined. She's really precious to me, so I'm sure you could trust her. I pause awkwardly, looking down at the stone. Feels so empty. No flowers, no food, nothing. I'll see you later. I step away from the gravestone, but Yui suddenly darts forward. Mizu! I just wanted to say, thank you, Mizu. Thank you for protecting Yama. It means a lot, so much to so many people. You're a hero, Mizu, so thank you. I just feel like I should know that you didn't make a bad choice. You should know. Yama will be really cool. So sleep well, okay? Hope we get to meet someday. She steps away from the stone. I stare at her, flabbergasted. That was quite possibly the highest praise that I'd ever received from someone. And she said it in front of Mizu. What? It's true. Thanks. She shuffles awkwardly for a moment, then shrugs. We stare at the ground, suddenly intent on studying our shoes. Finally, Yui slides into the nearest bench and set up beneath a tree. She leans her head backwards and stares up at the sky. Why don't we rest for a little bit? I sit on the opposite bench, staring straight ahead. We remain in silence as the breeze brushes past, our hands folded neatly, almost formally, in our laps. At this moment, I'm keenly aware of the fact that something between us has drastically changed. It's not a change that I can verbalize, it's something abstract. Snug, but coiled. Like someone's taking the air between us and stretching it over a warm hearth. Yama? I almost jump in surprise. Huh? She pauses for a moment. The tension expands. I keep my eyes on the long column of stones. I hear a slight shifting of fabric, like Yuri was taking something out of her jacket, then a hollow light clunk. From my periphery, I see her push something towards me. Her push something. Something that scratches gently against the bench. Yuri withdraws her hands and turns her head away from me without a word. Hesitantly, I reach out to pick up the object. It's a small long box wrapped in gold paper, topped with a crinkled silver ball. It's for you. I pause for a moment, my throat dry. So I gathered, not like anyone else is around. Yui remained silent, her face turned away. I gingerly raise the box and shake it against my ear. No sound. It's not like it'll explode or anything, idiot. She's not even looking at me. She can tell what I'm doing. It's pretty remarkable. How many fingers am I holding up? Come on, just open it. I pull the ribbon loose and work my finger into the paper, cleanly separating the creases. A black box slides out of the wrapping and lands into my hands. It has no branding, but its weightiness in my palm exudes a sense of importance. What is this? If you open it, you know. I lift the lid of the box, a tiny part of me expecting to see some kind of bomb. But no, it's not a bomb, it's a pen. In fact, it's a very expensive looking pen with a marbled cobalt barrel, trimmings of silver on either end. I gently pick it from its velour lining, examining it in scarlet sunlight. It lies heavily in the creases of my fingers, almost as if it's pressing life directly into my skin. Everything about this pen just screams money. Somehow, I don't think Yahiko bought this one. I place the pen back in its case, clearing my throat. Suddenly, it's practically impossible to look at Rui. Thanks, I should say. Thanks for the pen. Thanks for everything. The words stop short in my throat. I actually cough. Wow. You open it? This is, pretty shiny. Do you like it? Well, yeah, it's really, nice. Stupid! It's a nice pen, but it's more than that. How long has it been since I made that dumb offhand comment at the amusement park? What? This is the idea of technology. Stick with pen and paper, thanks. Huh, are you an old man? Don't even use pen and paper. I would if I had a pen that worked. You can always, I don't know, buy one. Why would I do that? Has you really been thinking about something so insignificant all this time? No, but the developer was. My fingers shake as I press, well, the writer, I guess, the lid over the box, mind racing too fast to track. Yui cares. I've known about it for so long, but she remembered something random, something trivial, something that really didn't matter. No one uses pens anymore. No one with common sense, that is. Yet, she prioritized it. She invested in it. For whose sake? Mine? I don't even know how to properly thank her. Or if I can even properly thank her. I turn to her, gripping the box tightly in my hand, grasping for words. Yui. Wait! Before you say anything, I have something I want to tell you. She's still facing away from me, stubbornly keeping her eyes on the stones. I only sit in numb silence. So I was thinking about, you know, when we argued. I guess I realized that I don't really give you enough credit. Not out loud, at least. So I just wanted to say thank you. I guess I've been saying it a lot recently, but, you know, you can never hear too much encouragement, right? Why? Why shouldn't thanking me? She already complimented me in front of Mizu, and now... Just so you, well, you know, everyone might tease us about it, but this is a gift between friends. I'm just so grateful. Sounds so cheesy, but I'm thankful that you protected me. In that classroom, with Mr. Yoda, I felt so alone. I didn't think anyone would come for me. But there's always hope, isn't there? No matter what. Anyway, all I was to say was that this is a gift with no strings attached. I just want you to use it well. And I know now that you'll always protect me anyway. She turns to me, the last remnants of the sun streaming through her hair in a river of fire. Every facet of her face lights up in a smile of pure childlike joy, simple to her heart. Thank you, Yama. You're my best friend. And the moment becomes still. It's funny. To another person, I mean that sentence would be offensive. I'm your best friend, that's it? That's all I mean to you after so many years? But to me, it was like the greatest gift I could ever imagine. After Mizu, I never thought that I could become normal again. Never thought that I could laugh, have fun, or tell stupid jokes to a close circle of friends. To be honest, I never thought that I would have any friends at all. Life was empty, gray. Practically lived in a distinct corner of the school playground. I could never grow up as a normal kid. Not anymore. No one could ever be friends with the dopey, boring Yama Ishimoto. At least, that's what I believed. The wind gently brushes into a current that threads through us, whispering through fabric into a time that never ends. Our eyes are locked, but not in tension, not even in wariness. It's in peace. A baseline, earthy peace that feels unshakable. A sense of security that can't be replaced. I feel the corners of my lips slowly tug upwards, pulled on mine by something light and warm, and my eyes close and I'm laughing. Not like the sarcastic chuckles that have dominated the past few weeks, not even the sense of relief earlier this morning, or the sorts of amusement throughout the day. Something that I haven't felt in a long, long time. Quiet, here. Eri? Hey, Eri! She's watching us! Something that makes me feel like he can do anything. Is this happiness? She's like hiding behind the grave. The emotion swells inside, and my grin broadens until it feels like I'll burst off of my face. Then Yui's laughing. She's laughing often, but this time it's also different. There's no gap between her breaths. Everything is fluid, almost as if it's pouring out of her. And then we just sit there, returning back to childhood, two dorks, laughing like idiots in the middle of a cemetery. It's probably disgraceful. Probably look like we're insane. But I close my eyes and I feel the sun on my face, and I realize that I don't care. Or rather, Maybe I care about what actually matters. Yui's laughter finally quiets and she settles back, a light blush coloring her cheeks. If it's okay, can we get together tomorrow? I have something important to tell you. It should be an ominous phrase, but I only find myself grinning. You know that you can tell me now, right? Well... She blushes a little deeper, digging her fingers into her skirt, like she's self-conscious about her uniform. The weather's not feeling right. The stars are not perfectly aligned. The horoscopes... Okay, I get it. Tomorrow it is. There's a brief pause. Yui lowers her gaze. Well, we should get going. Yui. Huh? You're my best friend, too. She colors deeply at this, but at a hint of light, airy smile returns to her face. You know, you could say, like, I love you. That works, too. I know, you told Mizu, but thank you. There's so much more I want to say. She thanked me so much, for so much. Things that don't even matter, but I haven't thanked her for anything. It's because of her make-believe that I got Mizu's death. It's because of her support that I've gotten all by these past few years. The romance conundrum? I don't know. It seems so far away, so insignificant. I just want to show her the gratitude that she deserves. But I can't seem to find the right words to say. It's as if anything that comes to my mind gets lodged in there. I guess we'd better head back. Didn't I just say that? You might have guessed. Well, where are you even staying? Isn't the school closed? Well, it's not like they could just kick us out of nowhere to go, so there's temporary housing for students in an apartment complex. You're going there? Actually, I'm going to go home. Mom and Dad arranged everything already. All my stuff's there. They're gonna drive me back. I'll wait with you. No, you need to go home. It's getting dark. It's not safe for you to be around. That makes it safer for you? I'll be fine. Don't forget to come by tomorrow, okay? I'll be there. You better. Bye. She runs over to the edge of the cemetery that lines up the street. That eases my nerves. At the very least, she'll be in public. Head back to my own apartment, holding this novel, airy feeling as tightly as I can. The last traces of sun soak out of the sky, flushed with deep shades of cobalt. It's been a good day. I stop in front of my apartment door, reaching towards the keypad lock. Then I hear it. Faint melodies of some classical strain are bleeding through my door. Who's in my house? Music. Coming from my apartment. The apartment I haven't been to in 3 months. You know, you could change your keypad code, by the way. The dizzy glow of ignorant happiness falls away from me all at once. I push the door open quietly. Adrenaline spiking in my veins. Of course it's not over. Was I getting complacent? It's just like Yahiko being like, oh yeah, I moved in here. Just, my dorm was kind of taken. I enter into my apartment as the music warbles on. Aside from the moonlight streaming through the curtains, everything is dark. I reach out to switch on the light, but nothing happens. The music swells to a crescendo. My hands grow clammy. I tighten them against my jacket. Something pricks at the back of my neck. I whip around, squinting at the shadows. Nothing but stillness. I shuffle to the kitchen, keeping my steps light as I extract a knife from the counter. My heart pulses in my throat. Someone in my apartment? Could it possibly? No. He's under custody. He has to be. Sherry would tell me if he escaped. I inch closer, tightening my shaking grip on the handle of the knife. Natsuki! And then someone inches into the light. Awash with silver. Good evening, Yami Ishimoto. Oh boy. I'm gonna call it there. We'll see what Natsuki has to say next time. If it's just like 10 minutes, I'll cut it. But my voice needs a break. I'll be back in like 15 minutes. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.